One of the primary mechanisms that contributes to social conflict is the tendency to neglect the foundational root causes or explanations for the negative behavior of others. When we observe other people engaging in behavior that we consider to be inappropriate, disrespectful, or even harmful to themselves or others, we have this tendency to focus on the person's personality or dispositional characteristics. For example, if you observe someone driving dangerously, you may often naturally consider the driver to be self centered. If you observe teenagers vandalizing property, you may naturally focus on the teenager's characteristic of disrespect. At the time of the behavior, the driver may very well have been self centered and the teenagers disrespectful. However, concentrating on the personality characteristics while neglecting the foundational root causes of behavior often leads to anger and social conflict. There are numerous foundational type influences that contribute to negative behavior, such as a difficult childhood, a lack of education, or a hormonal or mental imbalance. And sometimes multiple causes can contribute to a single act of negative behavior. Every day, this tendency to neglect those foundational causes can occur in numerous interpersonal interactions such as previously described. However, this tendency and the subsequent emotions and conflict can be even more prominent at the group level. If one or more individuals from a cultural group different to your own engage in a behavior you perceive to be negative, the mere fact that they are from a different cultural group can make it even more difficult to consider the foundational type factors that may have contributed to the behavior. This neglect of the true source influences on the behavior of members of other cultural groups can contribute to chronic blame, which is a common factor present in persistent intergroup conflict. Furthermore, neglecting the foundational causes of negative behavior can lead to harmful public and private organizational policy, such as restricting access to education for certain populations in society. Therefore, the next time you observe an individual engaging in negative behavior, try to avoid concentrating on the personality or dispositional characteristics of that person, and instead try to consider current or past factors or influences that may have contributed to that behavior. And finally, try to remember that it's impossible to fully place yourself in another person's shoes. You really only have your own reality and experiences to draw from. Therefore, try to understand that not only are there certain factors and influences that you aren't aware of, but specific factors influence every person to a different degree.